What's up, my guys? And welcome back, y'all. I'm your host, Cody, and this is That There Wrestling Report Card. A subpar intro for an even worse YouTube show. Sorry about you there, brother. But what we do on this show is I take a wrestling show, break down each match, I give it a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up to give that show its own report card. So on today's edition, we're going to be talking about the January 25th episode of AEW Dynamite, where we had the tribute to the late, great Jay Briscoe. And I mean, man, it was just awesome. They had a tribute video there in the beginning, and then in the main event, you had Mark Briscoe taking on Jay Lethal, and that was just, man, that was awesome, man. Everybody watching that, everything I saw on Twitter, I'm glad everybody could just sit there and appreciate that. Some things are just bigger than wrestling, you know. We also had a stacked card on top of that. We had some banger matches. You had Bryan Danielson in action, Chris Jericho in action. I mean, you had a bunch of guys and gals going in. So without further ado, go ahead, buckle up your seatbelts, and let's get to grading. We get tonight started off with a banger of a tag team match, as you got Ricky Starks and Action Andretti taking on Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, who are also known as Les Sex Gods, but I'm not going to say that again. And look, even though this crowd was letting Sammy have it at the beginning, I could watch him and Action Andretti fight forever. And I tell you what, when Sammy hit that cutter off the ropes, he had this same crowd that was saying he sucks chanting, "Holy shit." Like him or not, that alone is impressive, my guy. I would tell y'all everything that these four did, but we'd be here all day. Now, in the middle of all the chaos, boom, Starks landed with a monstrous spear on Chris Jericho. He made the cover, and when Sammy came in to break it up, he missed and actually landed on Chris Jericho instead. Y2J then went for the code breaker, but Ricky was able to counter, hoisted that sumbitch up, and hit him with a last ride-esque powerbomb. And I tell you what, that was impressive as hell, Mr. Starks. However, when Andrade caught Sammy coming off the turnbuckle, Sammy smartly grabbed the ropes, and while the ref was busy breaking that up, Danny Garcia snuck up with that damn baseball bat Floyd, clocked Andretti with it, which allowed Sammy to pick that sumbitch up, hit him with the GTH, and Les Sex Gods, damn it, I said it again, y'all done got me. They get the 1, 2, 3 in their grand return to tag team wrestling. And for that opening match, I'm gonna give it an A. I really enjoyed the action in that, but I mean, come on. Do we have to give the damn baseball bat a name? I mean, Sting's had a bat since what, the mid-90s? And that thing is iconic. It never had a name. Alright, I'll get off my soapbox. But speaking of Sting, up next we got the TNT title on the line, as you got Darby Allin defending against Buddy Matthews. And I tell you what, that Darby Allin's tougher than a $2 steak. These two were literally beating the hell out of each other when all of a sudden the lights go out. And when they came back on, there stood Malachi Black and Brody King up on the entrance ramp. Then Ortiz started running down the ramp with a kendo stick in hand, and he just wrecked Brody King with it. And at the same time, Sting had that bat that is nameless and just started doing work with it. However, during all of this, back in the ring, Buddy was this close to getting the win when he hit a powerbomb, but the champ was able to kick out. Then we came back from the break, and these two haven't slowed down at all. Darby struck first with a crucifix bomb. Then Buddy paid homage to his former visionary, revolutionary, with a buckle bomb stop combo, but it wasn't enough because again, Darby was able to kick out. Then it's Darby with the code red. Darby went for the coffin drop, but Matthews met him atop the ropes, and Darby hit some kind of elevated scorpion death drop. He then draped Matthews over the ropes, hit that sumbitch with a coffin drop to get the 1, 2, 3, and retain that TNT title that he won earlier this year from Samoa Joe. Speaking of Joe, he then popped up on the big screen after the match, gave Darby a warning that he will be coming very soon for his TNT Championship. Man, what a match. I'm gonna give that sumbitch an A-, but we gotta move on though, because the next thing you hear is the Hardy Boys theme, and I ain't gonna lie, I was ready, my guy. But then that damn Ethan Page made them cut the music and play his whack-ass theme instead, but whatever, man, let's just get into the match. Hardy and Page were accompanied down to the ring by Stokely Hathaway and a very reluctant Isaiah Cassidy, and after they were off to a surprisingly good start, Hook just started suplexing Ethan Page all over the Rupp Arena, I tell you what. But when he went and tagged in Jungle Boy Jack, Matt Hardy made a blind tag that they didn't see. He came in, he hit the side effect, and he was set up to delete him with the twist of fate. But once again, Ethan Page spoiled everyone's fun when he made Matt Hardy tag him back in. But when Page went over to try to hit Jungle Boy with the twist of fate himself, Jungle Boy countered and ended up trapping Ethan Page in the snare trap, and my guy had no choice but to tap out, and JungleHook remains undefeated in tag team competition. Let's go with a B- on that. I thought that was a solid match. But up next, as promised, we got Bryan Danielson. Yes, the American Dragon in action as he's taking on Brian Cage. And I'm just gonna say it, I honestly don't get all the hate that Brian Cage gets. The dude is mad impressive in the ring, especially for his size. He was catching Danielson out of the air, suplexing him over the ropes. I mean, I tell you what, he did spend a little too much time showboating and flexing and all that, because Danielson was able to get up, hit him with a superplex. He then went for the knee. Cage countered with a buckle bomb, powerbomb combo, but somehow during all that, Danielson was able to roll that big son bitch up to get the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Cage started wearing Danielson out again when my guy and the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, MJF, started making his way down to the ring. He came down, shoved the hell out of one of the timekeepers before grabbing a chair and handing it over to Cage to do his dirty work for him. After Cage sent Danielson shoulder first into the ring post with a chair draped around that sumbitch, Cage then drugged Danielson back in the ring, kept that chair draped around the hurt shoulder when MJF climbed the ropes and was aimed to stomp on that chair when thankfully for the American Dragon, Takeshita ran down and saved the day. I mean, damn, that was a great match. I love the angle afterwards. Y'all all know MJF's my guy. I'm gonna give that a B+. But after the match, we go backstage where you had Bryan Danielson and Doc Samson in the back who was gonna rule him out medically before Danielson just lost his shit and said, ain't nobody gonna stop me from stomping a mud hole in that scarf wearing fraud's ass. Yeah, I mean, you told him, but MJF still gonna get that dub, baby. Y'all know what it is. Well, let's go on to some women's action. Up next, we got Toni Storm battling Ruby Soho, and this was supposed to be a triple threat with Britt Baker, but let's just be honest. I love the storyline that we have going with this whole homegrown versus newcomers rivalry in the AEW women's division. It finally brings more purpose to these matches, especially when they don't have a title involved. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I wouldn't have given two shits about this match, no offense, but now, no cap, behind the bloodline and Bray Wyatt, this might be my favorite storyline going in the wrestling world right now. And it looks like Toni Storm's gonna be turning heel on her former buddy Ruby Soho, and I'm all here for it. Toni landed on her tornado DDT and was looked in position to win the match when the recently injured Britt Baker, who was again supposed to be in this match, music hit and she appeared up on the ramp. With Toni Storm distracted, Ruby took advantage of this assist, hit the destination nowhere to get the 1, 2, 3, and the homegrown talent goes up 1-0 moving forward. Hey, I really like this match. Like I said, I like what we got going here. I'm gonna give that a B+. Yes, sir. Good stuff right there. But y'all know what it is. That's enough of the talk because it's time for the main event. In honor of his late brother, Jay Briscoe, we got Mark Briscoe taking on their longtime rival, Jay Lethal. And I mean, this was just awesome. And like the fans said, thank you Tony Khan and everyone involved who made this happen. Some things are just bigger than wrestling and bigger than everything, and this was just amazing. We love and miss you, Jay Briscoe, and I know you were looking down on your brother Mark using some of that redneck kung fu, and I know you're up there smiling. And shout out to Jay Lethal for playing his role in this as well. We all know that him and the Briscoes go way back. And yeah, he's usually a heel, but not tonight. Tonight is for Jay Briscoe. Reach for the sky, boy. And Mark made Bro proud, especially when he laid Lethal out on the table. He climbed the ropes and launched himself almost 10 feet, sending Jay Lethal crashing through that sumbitch. Somehow, though, Lethal was still able to kick out, but when he went for the lethal injection, Mark countered with a couple of nasty lariats before hitting the Jay Driller, paying homage in just a beautiful way to get the 1, 2, 3. Them boys for life, baby. That's getting an A+. I mean, it's A++++. That was awesome, man. Thank you, AEW, Tony Khan again, everybody that made this happen for us. But hey, y'all know what time it is on the report card. We got all the grades in. Now let's take a look at that report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of an A-. That's right, a 91%. Great job, great tribute to Jay Briscoe, man. We're all gonna miss you, my guy. Hey, thank you everybody that does tune in. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It ain't gonna hurt you. I mean, your thumb might cramp up a little bit, but that's okay. I'll send you some bio freeze, my guy. Hey, once again, shout out to Bobby Knifehawk for the music. Go check him out on SoundCloud. Other than that, everybody stay safe out there and have a nice day.